Hi! I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're all practicing your social distancing and you are staying safe. I would like to welcome you to quarter four. It's very exciting. We get to start a brand new unit. So we're going to start by looking at the EDSB page. As you can see, I'm borrowing period one's page, but everybody will look the same. So in here, this is an assignment, your first assignment for this quarter. And if we scroll down, this is the journal. So this tells you what you have to do. So if you have a look, it's classwork. It's from today. It's not due until Friday, so you have plenty of time to do this. We're looking at activity 1.3, preview in the unit. Work will be completed in OneNote class notebook. The assignment can be accessed under your name, classwork, unit 3, preview in the unit. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. There are 5 audio recordings that provide specific directions. The first thing you're going to do is the unit overview, just like we do in class. Then you're going to look at the visual prompt. Then you're going to look at the actual activity preview in the unit. We're going to look at developing vocabulary. And then we're going to talk about the embedded assessment. So the due date is Friday and it's due at 4:20 p.m. So that's the end of the school day. So if we go ahead and scroll up, because it is on OneNote, so you're going to log in. Now I just wanted to tell you, I am working at home from a Mac. And I think I said in yesterday's video that I didn't have the apps. However, if you look over here, it says install Office. I did this yesterday, so I actually have the OneNote app. But I'm going to go to class notebook. Again, mine looks different because remember I'm using the teacher platform. We're going to borrow period 1 again. So because I did download the apps yesterday, I'm going to go open an app and I'm going to hit allow. Remember, everybody's might look slightly different. And obviously mine looks very different because I'm in the teacher app. So I'm actually going to borrow Alex's book. We're going to go to, in here it says in classwork. I think most of the periods it just says classwork. And down here it says unit 3, preview in the unit. And up here you have the directions. So there are 5 audio recordings that will explain what you need to complete for each part of this assignment. Play each recording in order. So the first one is the unit overview. So this is the page taken from your Springboard book. You would play right here. And you would listen to the unit overview being read. And then you're going to make predictions. What do you think this unit's going to be about? What do you think you have to do? So you're going to highlight words and phrases that help you give predictions, and then using complete sentences, you will provide a prediction. You can write directly over these Springboard book pages. So if you just kind of click, and then you can just start typing. That's nonsense, but that's okay. So there's a text box. You can type right on top of that. So if we look at that unit overview, you are just going to go ahead and make predictions. We've done that in class before. The next thing I would like you to do is look at the visual prompt. So you're going to look at this picture right here, and then you have some guiding questions. So unit 3 is all about the challenge to make a difference. In the visual prompt, you have these questions. What do you notice about this art? How does the artist use visual techniques for effect? How do you think the arts, artwork, music, and literature can help to change the world? And again, the same thing. You would just go ahead and listen to my directions. You're going to press play, and then you can go ahead and make a text box, and you're going to type in your response. And you're going to answer each of those questions. So there are 3 questions on there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to scroll through the pages. So this is the contents. And we're going to look at previewing the unit. So again, you have audio directions right here that you would go ahead and play. Those directions talk about the learning targets, making connections, and then it talks about the essential questions. So the learning targets for this activity are to examine the big ideas and vocabulary for the unit, identify the skills and knowledge necessary to be successful in completing the embedded assessment, making connections. In the first part of this unit, you will read texts about the Holocaust that show both the tragedy of the historical events and the ways in which people react to those events. This study will help prepare you to research current issues from around the world and choose one for which to create a persuasive multimedia campaign. We have essential questions. If you remember, essential questions guide our learning. So each day that we work on activities, you want to get closer and closer to answering these questions. So the following essential questions will be the focus of the unit study. Respond to both questions. 1, why is it important to learn about the Holocaust? 2, how can one person make a difference? So you're going to respond to both of those with complete sentences. And again, you can just kind of go ahead and click. It'll create a text box and you can write directly on this page. Next, we have developing vocabulary. And we're going to use the QHT chart to sort the academic vocabulary and literary terms in the table of contents. As you're working on this, you can go ahead and click the play button to listen to the directions. The vocabulary is actually found in the table of on the contents pages. So if we look at page 174, and you can see you have the academic vocabulary and you have literary terms right here. And you're just going to go ahead and click, making that text box again. And you're going to put a Q next to any of those words that you have questions about. You're going to put a H if you've heard that word before, but you're not that confident that you could explain it to someone. And then you're going to put a T if you know that word so well that you could teach it. So you have academic vocabulary and literary terms right here. Next, there's an audio recording of unpacking the embedded assessment. And I just want you to know the embedded assessment listed here will be different to what we actually do. This talks about a panel discussion. However, that's not really possible for us to do. But we will be doing a novel study, and we will be looking at the central theme, the central idea of finding light in the darkness. So we'll definitely be looking at that. So this is your very first assignment for Unit 3, Quarter 4. So once you've done this and it's saved, you're done. And I can pull your pages so that you can get a grade. The challenge to make a difference.